YouTube, what's going on there? Horse Racing Gamer, welcome back to Gallop Racer 2004. We got a lot going on. 2 months remaining. The most important 2 months of the racing calendar year. And we still have championships to try to win. Still have titles we're trying to take. There's a lot going on, so I wanted to look at who was I putting in the GWS Sprint? I thought it was Eastside Band. Yeah, that is for the Sprint. Okay, I put her in the World Mile. She'll be in the green. All right. Well, there are some things I've been thinking about that I kind of want to bring to the series. I will talk to you guys about those very quickly. So a lot of racing here today. It's like 6 or 7 to kick off this episode, so we're going to get right into it. Quack, quack, quack. Anyways, sorry about that. Hopefully you all are doing well. I want each year in this game to feel a little bit different, and that could require you guys' participation, or it could not. It could just be the way we keep track of what's going on. Obviously, something new I've implemented is updating our top performing or best performing broodmares and sires, or studs, I should say. We end up just kind of updating that list. I'll update it probably once a week or twice in 2 weeks, depending on what horses have moved into the Hall of Fame. That's really the main catalyst for it to kind of be updated, is when a horse reaches the Hall of Fame, and then we'll put whose broodmare, and sire that horse came from. So we have that going. I wanted to implement some other things as well, and we're going to kick off today with our 2-year-old filly Moonsinger, expected to finish 4th. She comes from Fairy Singer out of Moon Trapper. She's purely a project horse of mine, so she's not a horse that any of you guys really had any input on. So I took my favorite broodmare and I bred her with a horse that could end up being good or bad. And jury's still out on Fairy Singer. No success as of yet, but we'll see. But some other things I was thinking about keeping track of. I don't know, there's other things just to keep the progression of career mode exciting, and that every new season we look to do something different. I don't know if we come up with our own awards for what some of these horses achieve throughout the year. I'm not sure. I'm just brainstorming. There's definitely a couple of things I want to do. I will start implementing some new things and touches to kind of add to the gameplay, add to some of the realism aspect of the gameplay with leaderboards and tracks and just some things. It'll probably take maybe a couple weeks at this point for me to kind of get those really rolled in, but I'm excited to bring those to the channel. But yeah, any ideas you guys have that you might want added to the series, go ahead and just let me know in the comment section below, or in the Discord. You can let me know there as well. It's usually where we talk about things related to Gallop Racer more now anyways. But yeah, anything we could do to keep track of, let's say, certain horses from a certain group, or maybe certain type of horses, like closers, sprinters, dirt runners, whatever. I'm sure I'll probably think of things just because we kind of roll on, but if you guys have any ideas, which I'm always more than welcome to hear, go ahead and let me know that, and we'll try to make that happen. So here we come around the corner here with Fairy, or Moonsinger, excuse me. Last corner leader we do have. Top 4 goal. I don't know what the stamina on this horse should be. I think it should be average. Probably will peak at like mid 60, high 65. 10 might get us in the end, which is fine. Yeah, 10 could have just gotten us, but either way, it's still a good result there for Moonsinger. Supposed to finish 4th, ends up finishing, wow, actually got back into that head-to-head, won the head-to-head by a nose, is our girl Moonsinger. So a race she wasn't supposed to win, but she surely had a chance. She ends up getting it done there. Pretty impressive. I wasn't I mean that's pretty good, actually, from a horse that I'm questionable about, mainly because of the sire, not because of the broodmare. Moon Trapper's had all great really success stories with horses from her from her particular pedigree. So Fairy Singer is fairly new as a stud for us. I'm not sure how he will be. Well, we're moving on to our 2-year-old colt from the same group, Marksman. He is up in this 9 furlong grade 3. Is expected to finish 5th from Fairy Singer out of Butterfly Effect. So they're half brother and sister. The last filly I just ran on, and this guy, this dude, this colt, they are half brother and half sister. So Fairy Singer, or excuse me, Moon Singer. I keep wanting to call. Anyways, Moon Singer, who is the daughter of Fairy Singer. She and her brother, half brother here, Marksman, trying to show us what Fairy Singer is all about. Like I said, I'm not worried about the brood mares. It's the studs, which this horse comes from Butterfly Effect as well. He should be pretty strong. The power rating's almost at 70, which is a given. The stamina should also be very high. So I think Marksman has a pretty high ceiling, and it doesn't look like he won't probably peak until he's like at least 4, which is better than, seems like a lot of our horses have been peaking immediately at 3, but we've been using Diamond Plan and Golden Boy, and they have very quick growth types. The only thing about those growth types I can't stand, it's just like sometimes it's so quick, and sure, those horses can remain good maybe even a couple of years after they peak, but you still ideally want a horse with a little bit of a later growth type, because sometimes it does take you a couple races to get dialed in with the horse, and you don't want to lose out, you know, on that horse because of those races. So I could understand, I guess, the benefit of both growth types, but I still think with a very fast growth type, I mean, you got to be in the rhythm with that horse right away. Otherwise, you risk losing the horse if you don't hit their goals, right? It's a very real possibility. It's, I think, happened to most of us that have played this game more than one occasion. So, you know, that's the thing too. Like, if you have a horse that's supposed to be winning, but you just can't figure it out, right? It's just something about either their leg type or maybe one of their stats you don't know. I mean, I've watched enough of us, and I think we all have kind of encountered that problem with certain horses over our Gallop Racer playing time, right? It's just a certain horse that just kind of throws you off your game, and you're just not understanding it. Beautiful gray there, but and we have last corner leader. Let's see if we can actually get there. Really pretty gray. Who is that? That's the Sprinter? Sprinter, who looks like it might out-sprint us here in the end. Marksman going backwards. Going backwards. Wow. That's it. So bad spurt run, probably, to say the least. I guess getting him going earlier would have been ideal. And that's kind of what I wanted to do, but it just didn't seem like it was going to happen there. Like, I was trying, and his turn of foot is actually pretty slow. So I wonder if he has to be, positioning was D, so that still doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't tell me if he wants to be near the front or the back. From Fairy Singer and Butterfly Effect, he's got to have a forward-facing leg type. When I say that, I mean, he probably should be leading the field. Did I not discover that already? It's the downside of having so many horses. I talk about it quite a bit. I legitimately forget some of them that aren't like really, you know, winning right out the gate. Gosh, yeah, I'm gonna have to try running him at the front. I think he has the stamina. Yeah, he had plenty of stamina left. He just tanked. I don't know what his heart rating is. He didn't seem demotivated. He was just going backwards. So I'm gonna have to try him at the front. Anyways, we're moving on to another mile race here, open company with Rapid Blade, our 3-year-old filly. She's expected to finish 4th, and again, another one of my project horses. In fact, I think the last 3 have all been my project horses. 2 of them from Butterfly Effect and 2 of them from Fairy Singer out of the 3. This is Rapid Blade from Long Live Bolero out of Butterfly Effect. I've been feeling much better with her as of the last few races. She's still growing. She won't peak probably until she's closer to 5. She's not going to be very strong in the speed or stamina category. I think those stats will just be high enough to keep her relatively competitive. But she's really a weird horse. She doesn't have a great heart rating. Her power is probably going to be her best attribute along with her response rating, which may help us in some European races. But 58 speed, 57 stam at 3 years old, almost 4. That's really not good. So she probably inherited her father's speed and stamina. Because technically her stamina should be her highest figure. That and her power. But the stamina is not. It's 10 points off. So as a front runner, I just have to try to take advantage of the fact that at least her speed and stamina are pretty matched. One's not better than the other. But yeah, her stats are not ideal, so she's really going to have to make a name for herself on her track record, I think, to be a reliable breeding candidate. Because she also has bears. Who she inherited that from, I have no idea. I don't, like, Butterfly Effect doesn't have it, neither did Fairy Singer. I don't think Fairy Singer had bears. So, you know, as a broodmare, she's passing down last quarter leader, which is a good ability to have, but then bears. I was just talking about it, I think, in the last episode. I'm sick of my horses getting bears, and I literally only had one horse this entire time that had bears. Yes, most of his progeny received that same ability, but some just got it randomly from parents that didn't have it anywhere in their charts. So the game just seems to be kind of cursing me with that ability. I feel like no matter what I try to do or not do, I'm just getting it on certain horses that have no connection anywhere in their pedigree. So, like I said, I like the way this horse is kind of coming together now, but she certainly has an interesting slab of abilities. Last corner leader and bears. Now, she's supposed to finish 4th here. And she's got a good power rating, so this should help her out a bit as she continues to move upfield. The 10 and the 13 are both closing, but she will just hold on to, I think, just finish 2nd. I'm okay with that. I mean, we had to work her a lot to get her back to the front anyways. Kind of had a slow start. Had we had a much better start out the gate, wouldn't have had to work her so hard. But she's been doing well. I mean, I've been consistently finishing with her, so she might be one of those horses where she could eventually be stronger than what her stats represent. Position was C. Yeah, I didn't really get her to the front, but nonetheless, good effort for her there. Good one from Moonsinger. Bad one for Marksman. I think that was my second bad race with him. He's a really weird horse. I can't figure him out. Like, he'll have plenty of stamina, and then it starts going backwards. So we'll have to figure him out. But we're moving on to our first grade 1 of the day with Miss Vaporwave. This is our 5-year-old mare. She's a 5th favorite. The heavy favorite today is Rob the Cook, but actually he's got some company. About $1 off of him at White Stage, the 11 horse. And then if you look at the top, the 1 horse Old Knight, they're sitting in there. Tanaka's riding that 1 horse. That's kind of who I'm more worried about, because Tanaka somehow has not only turned out to be just a thorn in my side at every track now, it seems. Hey, you want to race? Like, no, Tanaka, like, let me do my thing, bro. Now he's also like, his AI is performing at a really high level now. Higher than usual, so yeah. I feel like there's always a saga I'm in. It's like whether it's the Kate Thompson saga or the Tanaka saga. Anyways, with this girl, yeah, she hasn't really had a major drop-off. Her stamina was never high. She comes from Moonbee out of Ozymandium. She's actually one of the last remaining horses from Moonbee's pedigree, with his name in it, I should say, that are still kind of around. That's kind of crazy. Moonbee, that family was a pretty solid family. King Bee, that was a solid family of boys, but I think 1 girl that came from that family, and then, yeah, they just kind of disappeared. We really didn't get any super horses from them. So eventually we stopped using, the parents for breeding. So she's really the last remaining of that group. So she's pretty special here. Like, her stats are so all over the place. The feel and the temper are awful. But at her peak, everything except, I think, well, her speed staying, powers, braking, and heart were all at least in the mid to higher 70s. So that made her a lot more appealing. His stamina wasn't great. She took a hit of that from Moonbee, most likely. I think he had B or C stam, so that's really the only thing holding her back, actually, is a bad stamina rating. Otherwise, she's a solid S-ranked horse you can rely on. And those stats would carry over. She'll have a decent pedigree now, starting with Ozymandium. I'm glad I used Ozymandium quite a bit, as much of the headache that she was, because she has produced some really strong horses for us. So I think any horses going forward having Ozymandium in their pedigree will probably benefit. It's kind of like the Western Tiger deal, right? A lot of our horses that have had Western Tiger in their pedigree somewhere, they turn out to be really strong. I think the same could be said for kind of Autumn. As one of our more recent brood mares, we've just recently retired. I think she's been gone for about 5 or 6 years. No, probably more than that now I think about it. At least 6, since this horse is 5 years old. At least 5 or 6 years she's been gone. Which, gosh, that's not a long time, really, but like it feels forever in this game because look how long it's taken us to really like actually progress in this game. She is not supposed to be at the front, but like the rest of the field's kind of not doing anything. Now, can she run with these horses or is she going to get swamped? No, bad start. Way too much stamina. Definitely needed to get her going sooner. Bad race. Not a true representation of what she can actually do. Yeah. Sent her backwards on that one. That's my fault. Ugh. Those are races I want back. Marksman's still figuring him out. He's a 2-year-old. Miss Vaporwave, like, she's so much better than that. She actually had a chance and kind of blew that one. So that's not a good performance there. Move on to another grade 1 with the Sunshine Stakes. Secret Ending is a favorite, heavy favorite. We should win this with him. Closer, serious closer. Really excited to use him as a stud, man. I think he'll be great. The stamina stinks. I'll have to be very selective. Hopefully butterfly effect could work. But this dude means business, man. He sure can fly. Secret Ending's kind of the perfect name for a deep closer like this. Yeah, this has been a lot of racing today. Like, this is like the 5th or 6th one so far. And, yeah, like 2 failed goals. It's unusual to start the episode off like that, but definitely know I waited too long with Miss Vaporwave, who we just raced on. Waited way too long. She had plenty of stamina. I just needed to keep her out in front. Those other horses would have really had to work. So I kind of put her in a vulnerable position. She's not at the point where she's strong enough to like really fight back. So I didn't do her any good there. I mean, Secret Ending can fly. I can hold him as long as I want. Like, Grit takes off immediately, man. I feel like this is the type of horse I end up thinking I have on some of my other horses, and they're not at this level. You know? I'm thinking I can do this with them in the stretch, but it's like, oh, they're not, like, this strong, so no, I can't. Easy win there for Secret Ending. Dude's a flat-out speedster, man. He can fly. He can fly. Easy 6th length winner. Well, take it. Oh my gosh, there's more races. No breaks. Little Mai, she's been on fire. She's up. Running 10 furlongs in the Grade 1 Hall Stakes here in Petty. She's the 3rd favorite behind Stern Expert and Irish Fleet. Gotta be honest, I think we can beat Irish Fleet. It's actually really good to be running against her again since she's been coming up more in our conversations as of recently, based off of horses and their pedigree. What is her speed? And the fact that they're still hiding her leg type is insane. I've been running her as a closer in the game, still not telling me, but it's fine. So this is Irish Fleet at her peak. I really actually haven't looked at her stats in a long time since she's been out of the barn for a while. So she had a really good power rating. Why does it seem like some horses that came from her didn't inherit that? Yeah, she had good. Yeah, she was really good. Her heart rating was, you know, about the worst thing of the bottom four. But I mean, she wasn't like super fast, but she was. That makes sense. Butterfly Effect, our best broodmare. Butterfly Effect still technically is the most wins and Grade 1 wins of any filly and mare original we've created in this game. Butterfly Effect came from Western Tiger and this girl, Irish Fleet. That makes sense why she was so strong, man. She inherited both their stamina and power, did Butterfly Effect, and that's what enabled her to be as good as she was. Like, nobody could catch her. But today is about Little Mai. She's got a top 3 chance here. We're going for the win, obviously. Little Mai is ready to rock and roll. Let's do it. Great. And we are off in the Hall Stakes with Little Mai. Like, the game wants her in some weird closer to mid type of position. It's so annoying. Like, I don't know if I'll actually ever really unlock her leg type because she comes from formal opera. You know how he has all 4 of his triangles shaded for all of his leg types in this game. So she's inherited that in some way, clearly. I don't think every one of his foals have inherited like the kind of you can run them wherever type of leg type, but she certainly has. And running her at the front hasn't been ideal. Even though she's won at the front before, she definitely runs a lot stronger in the back, hence having the ability closer. Usually you don't get that type of ability like on a horse that's a procedure. Your horse has to be mid or legitimately closer. So I'm going to run her here and see if this helps. She's got a good run here. Okay, we're going to have to take off. She should have enough stamina to outrun these horses. I'm really not worried. They're going to have to play catch up. And Little Maya's gone, man. Clear. Irish Fleet's going to try to make a run at us with a furlong left to go, but Little Mai, she is out sailing in front. Our girl is clear. Home free. Gets it done. What a win from Little Mai. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's that good, man. Like I said, we've been on a roll with her. She is not losing, and I'm loving every second of it. There is your winner of the Hall Stakes, Little Mai. From formal opera out of Moontrapper. Secretariat's daughter is kicking butt out here, man. Let me give up on the positioning. She's winning. That's all that matters. Non-stop races. All in just 1 week. This is insane. This is a really big race for Valley King. We're not in first in the GWS turf. Trying to get my boy into the Hall of Fame. His odds are getting worse and we're facing tougher competition. Don't know how I'm going to win this one, but we got to try to get a win somewhere. But it's starting to look more likely that he may be another horse that should have been a Hall of Fame horse, but I waited too late. Shame on me. Shame on me, man. Valley King has been awesome to work with. I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He had a heck of a winning streak, like 8 or 9 Grade 1s in a row. He's definitely been the best of any of our more recent later growth type horses that we've had in a while. Like most of them, like they either we lost them before they peaked, or when they, like I said, either we lost them before they peaked, or when they finally hit their prime, they weren't really that strong, so really nothing happened with them. Valley King is like the first horse that in a while that we haven't lost before its peak, and his stats weren't bad once he hit his peak, hence how we were able to win as much as we were able to win. So it's been nice, man. I think he'll be a good good stud for sure. Yeah, getting him into the Hall of Fame I think would help. But may have waited too long. Yeah, may have waited way too long, honestly. Whoever else I wanted to get a title for, I think, is what I decided to do. I figured Valley King would still be good enough to win one. And it's not saying he's not. I mean, we're close to getting a revolution here. That can change the game really quick. I gotta make sure I get space so we're not interrupted for the Revo. Revo! Ah, no Revo. I was really trying, man. Now, can Valley King hold on for a furlong and a half? That's going to be a tough ask. I really was trying to get that Revo. Obviously, did not time it right. The win is probably not going to happen. He's just not as strong. He's going to hold on as best as he can, but in the end, it's only going to be a top 5 goal. If that, maybe 6th. Top 5. He ran his heart out. He literally did the best he could. I just think I waited too long. It's going to be hard to win a race, man. Especially at 12 furlongs. Maybe he could win one at 10. But I think 10 could suit him better, but, you know. Gosh, how much racing was that? Was that like 8? That was 7 races to kick off the episode in a row. So we didn't hit our goal with Miss Vaporwave or a marksman. So 2 fails out of 7. Eastside Band clearing the GWS Sprint. Hats off to her. Valley King still only 9 points behind in the Terp series, but like again, we need to win a race. Like what? Like we're not going to beat these horses at 12 furlongs. And this championship is still very, well alive. But it's like, how are we going to win? Crazy Hunter thought she was going to be a Hall of Fame horse too. It's kind of a shame. We might actually lose 2 of the GWSs this year. Claire Asset is absolutely gone in the GWS dirt, so no chance of catching him at this point. And like I said, Valley King down by 9 points, needs a win. Needs like back-to-back wins. So, you want Moonsinger in the Philly Cup. You know what? I'm okay with that. Maybe they think the game's trying to strap the Rocket to Moonsinger because they think she'll be a really good filly going forward. Then why not? 55 stamina. Okay, so Marksman stamina, who I thought was going to have good stamina, he doesn't. So if that's the case, I was running him more towards the front, right? That may have been why he hit that wall. He certainly may be a closer. Forgot. Fairy Singer. I always forget. Depends on which horse's leg type they inherit. Yeah, they want him running way too long. Let's shorten that up. Let's run him 8 next time, just a mile. It shouldn't be, 55 stamina is not great, but that shouldn't be too hard. I hope. So Rapid Blade, she's been on a much better consistency streak. We've been outperforming our goals, so I think I'm slowly getting in the rhythm with her. Still don't know her max distance. She's probably 8 to 11, 8 to 12. She's coming along nicely. Kind of want to see what she can do in a grade 3. I think that'd be a pretty good win for her. She's okay with the dirt, because Bolero was a dirt horse, but we'll run her a mile in a grade 3, see how she adjusts to that. Little Mai on an absolute roll, man. She has 11 starts, 10 wins in those 11 starts, and 4 of those are grade 1s. From former opera out of Moontrapper. It's a shame I don't have Moontrapper anymore. Still don't know her speed, still not telling me her leg type, and she's double S. This is what I mean by the game just being stupid with things sometimes. I guess I'm trying for her GWS next year. Really a shame I didn't put her in the sprint or something, because she's flying. So I've been winning on the dirt, I've been winning on the turf, we've been winning everywhere with Little Mai. I think I'm trying to figure out her turf rating, that's the main problem. I want to know what that is. She might be done for the year. Oh no, she'll come back. I wonder what her minute, well, there's really not a lot to run her in unless I do want to try to get her in another dirt race. She certainly is going to come close to getting a dirt title, so I might as well toss her in the Tokyo Cup. I think that'll be fair. Should be easy race for her to win, cap off her season. Miss Vaporwave. Yeah, I was on like a good winning streak with her. I totally messed that race up by not getting her going soon enough. I mean, she doesn't have any abilities, unfortunately, that really matter, but that was a bad race. That was a really bad race. She has 13 wins and 21 starts, 4 grade 1s. So, you know, some of these horses, they're not winning a whole lot of grade 1s in their career. They're showing consistency with decent stats. You know, but, like, is that enough that we want to use it for breeding? They want her in the Mile Champ Cup. She doesn't have any titles, does she? Now, where are her grade 1s are coming in? I was going to say they're coming in something. They're coming in and they're happening mainly at 6 furlongs, is what I was going to initially attempt to say. But, you know, we're just inventing new words every day, as always. So, she's only been winning she's won the sprints, and that Sprinters Cup didn't go well. Yeah, I mean, she only has 4 grade 1s. I don't even know if she has any wins at a mile for the grade 1s. Because there are some that are off this list. So, I mean, I don't know, is the Mile Champ worth running her in? Or do I just try her out in grade 2s? Like, I kind of want to give her another shot in a grade 1 because I totally botched that one. That might still be a good opportunity. You know, because everything else is going to be GWS related or just, you know, something outside of her capabilities. Give her a chance. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody else that really needs that race right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Valley King tried his best. Still in the GWS turf, but as you can see, we were actually supposed to win the race in April. We came 3rd. Supposed to finish 8th, we finished 4th in the Diamond Cup, and then we were supposed to finish 7th, so he's finishing in the money, but, like, is he going to win the championship like this? He's got to get a win in there somewhere, and that's the problem. I don't know where the win can come from, so I don't know. He's missing a crucial race this week. But somebody else I think is in the World Turf Cup. Now I could run him in the Sydney 10.2. I figure if he doesn't win there, then we'll have to drop him. He won't be at 100%, but if we have a chance, he's got to win. Maybe we can get lucky here. Secret ending, I'm just running in sprints. He's got 2 wins at 6 furlongs. We'll keep him on that tear. I mean, whatever is suitable. Can this dude run on the dirt? Not really. I'm sure he could win, but we will do. We could run him at one of these 7 furlong races, or we could kind of extend. I mean, I think trying to get him as many, excuse me, grade 1s as possible would be nice. Actually, gonna go ahead and run him in Paris. I mean, he wins that. He could get a 2-year-old award. So we have 3 races here today for this week. Okay, only 3 in a row. Good. I wish they would keep it to like 3 in a row per week and not the obnoxious amount of like 7 races in 1 week. Ray Babe is here. Her stamina and power stink though. If only. Alright, that was a lot of racing. Let me do a quick save. We come back. Get into 3 more races here as we're plunging on through halfway through October. Alright, back into the action we go. Nielsen, leave me alone, dude. Still mad he beat me in that one big race. Don't remember what it was exactly, but I was pretty cheesed about it, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty cheesed. Well, Soy Conquistador is going on a grade 2 world tour, so to speak. Only going to be racing her in grade 2s, grade 3s. Grade 1s are a little bit hard for her to win now that she's past her prime. Check her out. She's peaked since she was pretty much 3. 2 years forward, still kicking, still running. From Diamond Plan out of Chasing Hearts. And I would still like to get her some more wins. Think that will make her a worthwhile broodmare. She's really given me no problems in any of her races, so. Yeah, I mean, I think she would be good to eventually replace her mother at some point. Chasing Hearts has been replaced, hasn't she? Or she's still back there? I think she's still back there. I was going to replace her soon. But yeah, I think Soy Conquistador would be a good replacement for her mother. I'm not sure if she's won more than Chasing Hearts or not. I'll actually have to check that afterwards. After this race, after these next 2 races, I should say. Chasing Hearts, remember, is our first original Hall of Fame, so I can't quite remember how much she won in regards to grade 1s and individual wins as well. But I think Soy Conquistador has done a lot to be very close to where her mother was. I'm not sure if she surpassed her or if she still has a little ways to go, but I mean, she almost won double-digit grade 1s, now I think about it. Soy Conquistador was up to 8 or 9, I think. I'll have to double check. She's not supposed to win this race at all, but this is a good grade 2. The 11 is closing like a maniac. Furlong and a half left to go. It's like the 11 is just going to go by us. And unless there's an answer to fight back. Maybe there is. No, that's going to be it. It's going to be second or third, probably third. Second, okay. So she still holds on to a place finish in a grade 2. Not terrible. We'll take it. It still adds. I don't know how many of those you need for the game to take it into consideration, but top 3 finishes, and then any finishes where you actually earn money, those matter. I think if you're finishing 7th or 8th, I'm sure it considers that a bit for newer horses, but not like if your horse is at its peak and you're finishing 7th or 8th and it's a really good horse. That's not the key. Frugal Arc, almost 7 years old. I think I've decided to start running her in grade 2s now, even though she's very well capable to win grade 1s. I'll have to double check. I feel like, no, I just recently ran a grade 1 with her, so I think the grade 2 is the only thing available right now. Awesome Autumn with the record here. I wonder if that was us or the AI. The only thing I remember about racing with Awesome Autumn is those European courses with the crazy changes in elevation. And then Awesome Autumn being upset with me half the time as we were going too fast or too slow. And she would change like every 10 seconds. That's really what I remember from her career. The wins, I don't really remember them. I know if she did win, she won by like 10 lengths out in front. And when she didn't, she threw the biggest hissy fit in the world. She was really an interesting horse. Like the days she got along with me, it was a great ride. The days she didn't, I was gonna say that horse looks so familiar. I recognize the tack. I feel like it's the second or third time I've done that with Shallow Light. I'm like, that tack looks so interesting and cool, and then I pull up. Yeah, no, it's our girl that we lost. She's expected to finish where? Third. We'll see if that happens. I mean, I'm racing on Frugal Lark, and I really don't feel like it's fair. Such a shame. Did not want to lose you, my girl, but couldn't figure you out in time. She's got the old silks, aka literally my last silks I just had before I changed them to the current ones of the orange, purple, and white. She looks good out there, but apparently it was not good enough for me to get in the rhythm with her. And in my defense, she really hasn't won anything since I've lost her, so it's not as if I lost a horse that turned out to be some champion. She really hasn't done much. It's a shame Frugal doesn't have last corner leader. She could really use it right there, you know. No, the 10 is on a mad chart. Oh, it's Vivid Legend. Vivid Legend is going to close down, isn't he? Frugal's done. There's nothing I can do. Here comes the field. We're just going to finish third. Oh, man. I wonder if I ran her a bit too soon there. She completely gassed. That's a tough race at 12 furlongs, though. Bad on the spurt. Guess I got her going a bit too soon. Certainly, should probably be racing her a little bit lower than 12. September Sky. She's up in this 7 furlong Aquarius, expected to finish third, which means we have a chance to win. She's still responsive enough, and 77 speed is still better than what horses are usually at after they've peaked. She technically hit her top speed as a 4-year-old. She's 6, turning 7. She's actually still pretty darn quick, to be honest with you. So, she's still a horse that can win this race if we do what we need to do. All right, not in the mood for trumpets and trombones and just get to the race, man. Okay, almost a perfect start for September Sky, and we are off in the Aquarius Stakes. She gets out. She's not quite happy how she got out. One thing I need to do better about, last couple of races I've either been on the money or not on the money with the positioning, so I need to make sure I take that a bit more seriously here. Now, if we're able to establish the lead out front and be comfortable, we can certainly win this race. Again, she's still fast enough to where she can carry that speed out front. I think that's the issue I'm running into with a lot of my other horses. They still have decent stats, but like they're no longer fast enough to keep that lead out front. Like their speed is all dropped to like high 60s or low 70s. September Sky is still sitting here at 77. I mean, she's closer to 80 than she is to 70, so that to me still gives her a bit of an edge. And like I said, because she's still fast enough, she can stay out front a lot longer. You know? That's the only thing about when certain like front runners start to lose some of their ability as far as their speed is concerned. Once they lose that speed, the stamina only takes them so far. It means you can still technically be in races, but are you winning them? No. And September Sky doing what she's been doing her whole career, still winning grade 1s years past her prime. Because again, she still maintains that speed. She is going to be a really awesome brood mare, I think, to get horses from. She gets her nose down and she's absolutely running with it, man. And this is Flying Cowboy and Awesome Autumn. Like, wow. So like I said, Awesome Autumn, for the most part, I mean, she's given us really strong horses. So I'm glad we'll be able to take Awesome Autumn's strengths without her bad weaknesses, and we'll be able to pass those down. That's all I really wanted. I wasn't really looking forward to using Awesome Autumn as a broodmare long term. I was more so looking forward to obviously the fillies or the colts we would get once they would mature, using them with better stats. So we hit our goals there. Only one win came for September Sky there. Grade 2s were tougher than I thought. I don't know how to feel about those exactly. September Sky racks up her 19th win and her 13th Grade 1 win. Girl is on fire. 19 wins in 27 starts. She only has 2 titles. That's really all she needs. So she's got mid-champ. We're working on some sprinter stuff here. Kind of just need to run her in whatever grade 1s are available. I think she's capable of running. Now, I'm keeping her on the turf exclusively, but she might be done for the year. Empress Cup is a bit of a stretch at 11 furlongs. 97 power rating. She could run it, though. That's a mid-champ title race, though. I don't really feel like that makes any sense. Unfortunately, there's nothing for her until I think December. And which of these races am I going to run her in? China Sprint, maybe? Is she capable of winning a 5 furlong dash? I don't see why not, man. She could probably benefit off of that more than anything else. So Frugal Lark was on a winning streak there and dropped her to a grade 2, and yeah, we have been winning at 12 furlongs. Our stamina's at 65. I mean, she should still be able to win 12s, but maybe that'll actually be too tough for her. So Empress Cup for maybe a mid-champ title. Does she not? She has, I think, 6 titles? No, 4. So she has mid and long. Yeah, like she just recently got the long champ title, so I can really run her in anything that's not mid or long territory, which she would probably benefit off of running the shorter races now. So, yeah, I'm just gonna put her in. I don't really want to run her in that Empress Cup. It's kind of another waste of like a grade 1. Neither of these. I guess that'll be it for Frugal for the year, unless I want to toss her in another grade 2. Is she running grade 2 without a handicap? 150. So they still think she's too strong for grade 2s. Of course they do. But there's no grade 1s I can really run her in, except for this grade 3, the Ontario. Might run her there. She'll have a little bit of a handicap, but it shouldn't keep us from winning. September Sky, Flying, or Diamond Planet and Awesome Autumn, not Flying Cowboy, my bad, Diamond Planet. Well, that makes sense. Now, who did I want to look at specifically in detail? Was it Vaporwave? Oh, it was somebody's pedigree or stats or something. I really can't remember now. So yeah, Moonbee came from King Bee and Pink Gemstone. Then we had Ant Bee, Desert Diver, Arctic Crop, Night Breeze. So yeah, it would still be nice to keep her around, Miss Vaporwave. Whose pedigree was I looking at? I cannot remember. What else did we just race with? Secret Ending, you're good. Moonsinger, you're good in the Philly Cup. Marksman, trying to figure you out still. Don't know what your deal is at all, brother. Rapid Blade, was it you? No. Bolero. Point Black. Haven't raced with you yet. Little Mine. She's still recovering. Yeah, I really can't remember what I was going to look at. Oh well, I guess it'll come back to me. No, we raced 3 times. Who am I missing? Soy. Was it Soy? Yeah, it was her. So, like I said, I think I converted her to the grade 2 pass. So she has 7. Oh yeah, I was going to compare her and Chasing Hearts. Let me actually do that now before I forget. So she has 7 wins, or 7 grade 1 wins, and 13 wins overall. I wonder. I was trying to remember how well Chasing Hearts did as well. Hall of Fame horse Chasing Hearts. So 5 grade 1 wins for Chasing Hearts and only 12 wins. So Soy Conquistador, her daughter, is doing better than her slightly. She has 2 more wins and then 2 more grade 1 wins, essentially. Here's Chasing Hearts stats. I mean, she was strong enough to win the GWS Sprint. These good abilities have passed down. She was from Arts and Crop at a Swab Buster. She kickstarted everything really for us. And here's Awesome Autumn. That field rating is what I was talking about earlier in the episode. That's what always messed me up with her. Other than that, she was pretty strong, man. With second win, that was really nice. Moonbee, his stamina wasn't that great. He was actually pretty quick. I keep forgetting. So it's a little bit of speed in there. But yeah, Soy Conquistador is actually doing better than her mother. So that's a bit of, obviously, success. But I still think she could... Like, she's at 13 wins, excuse me, so I think we could get 20 with her. It's been a while, though. She's been on a drought. Yeah, she's been on a drought. Maybe I need to put her, like, in a grade 3, 9 to 12. Yeah, 9 to 12 furlongs. Get you somewhere. Empress Cup, I mean, I think she's kind of done winning grade 1s. So I do feel like grade 3s are the next best bet. That's quite a handicap in that grade 3. I want to avoid that. 9 furlong, even worse handicap. Grade 2 at a mile, still not an ideal handicap. There's really nothing ideal I want to run her in that I'm willing to run her in. Again, I would still like to get her more wins, but none of these races are ideal. They all carry ridiculous handicaps. I think grade 1s are too hard for her to win in general now. So, wait, what? Can she run on the dirt? Not really. And it's like, is it worth risking her on the dirt? No. So unfortunately, I think I got to be done with Soy Conquistador for the year. Because again, there's no race I can run her in respectively. Like an open race at 15 furlongs. What do I have to win there? I'm just going to have to save her for the next year. 118, it's much better. Probably run her in that grade 3. Grade 2, she'll still have a handicap. So yeah, we'll kick off her year with a grade 3. She'll be 6 years old. Still will probably continue racing her for a bit. So yeah, Valley King, he's up today. If he doesn't win this race, we're pretty much done with the GWS Turf. As you can see, he's certainly a horse I really should have tried to win it with last year. I think I was feeling a little overconfident because we were on a winning streak. I'm like, oh, well, we'll get the GWS next year. And, if I can't at least get him in the Hall of Fame, I would still like to at least get him. He doesn't have a title yet. That's the crazy thing. Like, in the midst of trying to pursue the GWS, we're also not winning grade 1, so that's going to get a little bit harder over time as well. Like, he's close to at least a mid-champ title or long champ. I think at least a mid-champ. He's very close. But that's it. I can't even track the rest of his grade 1, so the window to win with him is really small right now before I think it starts getting more difficult. So we got 5 races today. 6, I lied. 6. October is the longest month in the game for me. So much racing, so much figuring out what to do between now and the rest of the year, especially if we're still chasing titles or awards. So yeah, such a long way to go still. Angel Hearts, our 2-year-old colt, he is up in the daily stakes, a grade 2 here, running a mile. Angel Hearts, he's looked strong out there. from Gentle House out of Chasing Hearts. He should really be strong long term. He's pretty much already at his peak now. Don't know his speed or his stamina. Would really be curious about that. Um, we've been on a pretty good record with him as of lately, at least finishing in the top 3 consistently. His other 2 abilities should be Stretch Burst and Grit, I believe. But I guess we haven't been in a position where we've been able to tap into those, so they've kind of gone unnoticed. But yeah, for sure when it comes to using him for breeding at some point, our main question is going to be whether or not he'll surpass Gentle House or whether or not he'll have better stats than Gentle House in some categories. That's the main thing. Now, if he does average, he doesn't surpass his father in regards to, success and accomplishments, really won't be any point to use him for breeding. I don't think so, at least. Again, he should be strong though, and it would be nice to get Gentle House type of horses in the future, if he's truly one of them, with Chasing Heart abilities. Those 3 abilities on really, really, high 80s, high 90s stat horses at some point. That would be fantastic for us. But like I said, he's cool so far. I'm just curious what his real potential is as far as his speed in other categories. May have waited a little bit long to get him going, no revolution, but he should have the speed to hopefully make this work. Now we're supposed to finish 5th. Really late jump, but he should have enough. Stretch Burst and Grit should happen. This is a close race. 10-9 in that last fraction. Angel Hearts is rolling. There's Stretch Burst. And he's just going to go ahead and push through to get the win at the end. Let's go. Tough win there. Tough win in the trenches for Angel Hearts. I definitely missed the window on when he was supposed to get going on his spurt, but man, he really fought in there, and that's good. Now we have Stretch Burst activated. I just talked about that ability. I knew what it was. It's been the same 3. That's a big grade 2 win there. Big grade 2 win. That race actually was really ideal. That should hopefully reveal a lot more about Angel Hearts. Like I said, if he can be as strong as Gentle House, well, obviously stronger, that'd be a great eventual, stud to obviously have back there. And that's obviously my goal, but we'll see. We've been having good results with him every race. Seems like he's getting stronger. He is at his peak, but he should be able to run competitively well beyond his peak. Moving on to the Princess Cup. Grade 1 territory with first down dash. He's the favorite, running 10 furlongs. This is from Golden Boy out of Black Ruby. Last corner leader and Stretch Burst. Don't know what her stamina is. She's already peaked. Like, she peaked as a 2-year-old. It's crazy. And she basically peaked before she even got to, like, her first race on the track. She doesn't have any bad stats, so that makes her very, I would say very likely to be used as a broodmare. Like, there's not a bad stat you're getting with her, as long as she can back that up with wins and grade 1s. And whatever title I can get her, or titles I can get her. And that is why I wanted to breed Golden Boy and Black Ruby. I wanted horses with pretty much well-rounded stats. We can build up from here. Like, she may not be the GWS. Granted, I don't know. Maybe we could. I mean, if we had to win one with her, it'd be next year. I guess what I'm trying to say is maybe she won't be like the GWS champion of horses, but she can start that foundation for us to get those horses immediately once we retire first down dash if we use her for breeding. She could be like a pink gemstone. That's the vibe I'm getting from her. And the fact that we won't have any bad stats by using her, that should really help. If I could use her with a stud that was similar with stronger stats, I mean, gosh, we would get really... Like, when I'm thinking about it, out of all of our horses and their stats, technically she has, like, the best well-rounded stats of any of our originals on track right now. Like, as great as Eastside Band and Classy and Smart are, they still have some stats that are, like, in the 40s, I think, somewhere. She doesn't have any stats lower than 61. this girl here first down dash. So what I'm saying is like she's definitely the most well balanced. And again, if we could use her as a broodmare, you're looking at a line of pretty much very well balanced horses as long as you use a stud that's the equivalent of her. You don't take any chances unless the game totally decides to give you bad RNG, which means they just give you horses with really bad stats that neither of the parents had. That sometimes you can't avoid. But I think she certainly can make a case for herself. Is what I'm trying to say. Certainly can make a case for herself. Just kind of looking for the revolution. Didn't get it. We did get last quarter leader. First down Dow. She's looking strong, man. She's looking stronger. I mean, she is at her peak. She's supposed to be this good, but I'm kind of hoping that we can race her for a couple more years afterwards. She made that look easy. Great win there. For first down dash. Wow. Well, she was the favorite as she blew them away. First down dash. We are onward and forward. She wins the Princess Cup. Makes it easy. Coming together. Felt like it was a little bit slow in the beginning, but when I say the beginning, like, again, she's already technically beat, but I still think she's a horse we can race for another 2 years. Still maybe, obviously, get her several Grade 1 wins and a title. We'll see. Another Grade 1 here. 7 furlong sprint with Secret Ending. We should be the favorite. This guy's lights out. Far Voices the next best threat to us. The number 1 horse at the top. Not going to stand a chance. Gosh, this guy is really strong except for the stamina. Everything else is like I'm perfectly fine with. So it'll be fun using him as a stud for sure. General reason with the record here? How did that happen? Is that a race I ran with him? I know I won a Grade 1 with him, but not a lot. I don't even know if I won half a dozen. Either way, yeah. Still a lot of decisions to make. Like, I think between now and, like, next year's breeding season, I think Chasing Hearts I am going to replace. She's going to be 16. I think she's just at that age now. She's been back there a long time, guys. She was our first Hall of Fame horse. That's a long time ago in this game. So I think replacing her... Not sure who else. Don't really want to replace anybody else I can think of. Off the top of my head. And make sure Secret Ending gets out. It's just speed and staying. It just allows you to roll with him at top speed for such a long time, despite him not having great stamina. But this is why you run him at this distance. If I'm running him 10 furlongs, he wouldn't dare stand a chance. But you know, wow. Secret Ending. This guy continues to amaze and wow on the sprint. The windmill, Secret Ending gets it done. On an absolute roll, man. He's so strong. He's so strong. It's really, I mean, there's nothing to it, man. The guy is just that strong. It makes it pretty easy for him to win like that. Start to okay. Easter Knife. Racing with him in the England King Stakes, another Grade 1, running 10 furlongs. He's the favorite as well. The end. Did I say special impact here? Oh, special time. Oh, I saw. My eyes are playing tricks on me. Big Monsters here. She's at the top. Okay. Easter Knife, quality dude as well. Really quality. I think our studs are finally going to continue to get stronger. I think I'll be eventually replacing Golden Boy, man. I really don't want horses that peak at 3. Diamond Plan as well. Like, I don't want to get rid of Diamond Plan. He's been so successful for us, but I also do hate that he has a short growth type as well. I just don't want that. Maybe one line of that, okay, but like, I don't want that to carry on for like most of our predominant lines where our horses will peak at 3. It's just not the vibe I'm going for. We are off in the England King Stakes here with Eastern Knife. So I'm kind of in a rock and a hard place because, again, I love Diamond Plan. Diamond Plan is giving us amazing horses. Letting him go just because I hate his growth type, that would seem kind of foolish, right? But Golden Boy, I've used him quite a bit. Not looking forward to that. And then Gentle House as well. I think he also has a pretty quick growth type. I'll have to double check, but I feel like a lot of our studs, their main problems are bad. Is it bad power ratings or bad stamina ratings for some of them? Some of them have good stamina ratings. Is it power and temper something? I don't know. Definitely temper. Our studs have bad temper ratings, and most of them peak very quickly. Again, that's not ideally what I want, so that's why I'm trying to rethink who I'll use. Formal Opera is perfect. He doesn't peak until later on. Solo Rider, I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. I think he peaked at 3 too, though. That's the problem. A lot of our horses have peaked at 3, so I'm certainly going to have to figure out a way for us to get quality studs that obviously don't peak at 3 years old. All of them. I don't mind if we have 1 or 2, but I swear most of our studs have early growth types somehow, and I hate that. Just used them because they were strong horses. Oh, come on, Eastern Knife. Hang on there, bro. 13's coming. I think we just got there in time. Eastern Knife almost dropping it. But gets it done, as we should. But man, that was close. That was really close. There's the picture to take. It's kind of one you almost forget. That was a great effort from Eastern Knife, but man, we literally almost lost that at the line. 3/4 of a length of Strong Cloud. Wow. Just over Strong Cloud by 3/4 of a length. So that was really close. Great win for Eastern Knife. We'll take it. Valley King, his last chance. And I believe at trying to somehow do something in GWS turf. Deep Wonder is here. Better odds here today, but he's not running as long. I think 12 furlongs is too long for Valley King at this point. It worked when he was at his peak. His stats have dropped, and he just can't handle that pace as competitively anymore. Deep Wonder is still going to be tough to beat. That's the problem. Now, if we can somehow pull out a win here today, that changes everything. But this is going to be very tough, so it's win or go home here today for us in Valley King. You see his stats. Again, speed and stamina both are at least high. Response rating is great, but you know, that's only going to get you so far. He has last corner leader and stretch burst. It's like I have to run a mix of learning how to run him without burning his stamina, and then also getting him out in front early enough for him to hold on to the lead. It's a very fine, delicate, spot now. He's got to be really close. It's like almost on the knife's edge. Sure, I could probably benefit from just running him further out front as a proceeder, just kind of timing myself perfectly in the stretch, trying to pull away and outlast the rest of those horses. But I feel like he needs a bigger gap. He's certainly not as fast as he used to be, so he's kind of struggling to hold on as we are off here in the Sydney Stakes for the GWS turf, I believe. And it's a decent start here for Valley King. Again, I really don't want him working too hard at all. I think we need as much stamina on our side. That way I can get him going earlier in his stretch run. Now, if nobody's going to challenge us, I'm perfectly fine running him right here. I think this is a pretty sweet spot. He should be pretty content here. I mean, he can run here, he can run further back, but I think he should be pretty comfortable. And again, that's the key. We keep him comfortable, keep him ideally where he wants to be. Don't overwork him too much, and I think we certainly have a chance. Where is Deep Wonder? Shouldn't you be up here? Is Deep Wonder a closer? I always forget. Oh, Deep Wonder can kind of run anywhere. Choosing to run him further back, which makes sense. Ah, did not mean to bump that horse, but it happened. I was just trying to move. I did not mean to tap that many times. In fact, I just barely tapped it. Yeah, that's probably going to mess up our Revolution feel. That's annoying. Let's see, so now's the time I got to get Valley King rolling. I know you're working hard, buddy, but we got to do this now. Now, can he hold on? I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. He's at such a weird spot. Me knowing exactly where to put him. Oh, the 6 is mad rolling. He's got last corner leader. He's just hit a wall. That's it. He simply hit a wall. 6 is probably just going to get us at the line. Yeah. But he finishes second place. That's a heck of an effort for Valley King. It's decent points. And that was definitely Deep Wonder. Only horse that closes like that still beats us by 3/4 of a length at the end. They give us a C for the spurt. I think we had to take advantage and get him going sooner there. I don't think I could have held him much longer and tried to stay in second. I think we would have finished worse than that. He's just not that fast anymore. Had he still had his speed, I could have gotten him going a little bit later, but I don't know where that's going to put him in the standings. I don't know if it's still going to be doable. Again, we still need a win in there somewhere unless the AI stop running the top horses. Maybe we have a chance, but good effort. Again, I've run him in now 4 or 5 straight GWS races that weren't grade 1 wins. I kind of wish I would have been focusing on some grade 1s just to get him a title because I think I just missed the window on the GWS. Classing Smart's up here, 15.5 in the Paris Royal. She's a second favorite behind Legal Station. Girl's got endurance on her. She's from Golden Boy out of Free Fear. 79 stam. She's pretty much a closer. Very capable of running this and making it work. But yeah, I don't know where Valley King is going to be, so if he's still within 10 points, it just feels like I shouldn't give up. We've won GWS championships like that with a horse that didn't really win a race. They just stayed consistently, and we got fortunate with the points. Maybe that can happen with Valley King. I'll have to check. Now, I do remember setting the record here with Fairy Singer. Yeah, it just kind of cheeses me that that's 5 races now that Valley King could have potentially been winning easier grade 1s just to get a title. And I've tried pursuing the GWS, and again, I'm probably a year or two late. This feels kind of... Yeah, it does feel a little bit wasted if we can't win the GWS title because, again, if I would have taken a deeper, closer look, I would have realized maybe after the first race it probably wasn't worth continuing him on this campaign. Like, I have to get him a title, but he has 9 grade 1s, and they're kind of scattered, so that's kind of hard to do. You know? And I think he'll be 8 years old next year, so it's like... I think I'm still going to have to get him 2 or 3 wins in one of the categories just to get him a title. It would really bother me if I couldn't. I think at least he's stargazing, another horse that should have been in the Hall of Fame but wasn't. I think that colt ended up getting the all-rounder title, so he still ended up getting something. Valley King would potentially retire with like 9 grade 1 wins. I think 15 total wins out of like 35 starts with no titles, no Hall of Fame, GWS, nothing. You know, 9 grade 1 wins without a title. It's just like, I don't know. That feels off. If it's 6 or 7 without a title, I can understand if we kind of spread the horses across various races. But you get 9 wins. And the crazy thing is, I think he was on pace for like a long champ title, but I'm like, I don't know if he can run 12 furlongs anymore. So it's a weird spot with Valley King. Again, I waited too long. I'm annoyed at myself. I don't know why I'm waiting. I think some horses will still be able to win the GWS a year or 2 years after their prime, but sometimes it's really hard to do. Sometimes I need to just run them when they're at their best, regardless of my other plans. But like I said, depending on what the stats are looking like for that GWS Turf Championship, whether Valley King is 10 points of drift or closer than that, whether he's further than that, it'll dictate if I just try to get him in just whatever grade ones are reasonable in his distance to try to get him a title at least. Classy and Smart, let's see what she can do here. She's got plenty of stamina. She's got last corner leader. I'll start working her now. She's not going to get last corner leader. Waited a little bit too long for that, but she has the stamina where we should be able to definitely outlast these horses. She's the second favorite, but whoever the actual favorite is not going to get a chance to really close in on her. Is that the 9? No, these horses aren't even supposed to be up here. Classy and Smart running away with it, man. What a dominating performance from this lady. She gets it done, and she makes it look easy at 15.5 furlongs at the Paris Royal. What a win for Classy and Smart. Wow, oh wow. Golden Boy and Free Fear, I believe. She made that look easy. Absolutely destroyed it. Classy and Smart. What a win. What a way to win the Paris Royal. She beats Fairy Singer's record as well. By 6 lengths. What a win for Classy and Smart. I may have to save that and just kind of probably play that back eventually in a future video. What an excellent win, man. Wow. She crushed that at 15.5. I feel like she can run 20. Like that London Gold Cup, I think, is 20. I feel like she can definitely run that. She made that look easy. Running away with it. Breaking the record and winning by 6 lengths, man. Doing flight line type of domination there at the long distance. Fantastic win for a 3-year-old girl. Classy and Smart. Let's go, man. Great stuff. So overall, good week. We won virtually everything except for the second place finish with Valley King, which, again, Deep Wonder closed in at the end. There was nothing I could have done about that. So, Eastside Band, she's clear. Valley King, 15 points off of Deep Wonder. See, that's the main thing. If Deep Wonder is going to continue to be at these races, we don't have a chance. And again, we still need at least a win and a second place. I just feel like it's not worth it anymore. Deep Wonder's 15 clear. And that's going to be a tough obstacle to overcome. So I think that's what I'm going to do it so far for this video here. I'm going to split it here, continue recording, give you guys another one since we're still in this same month. I'm just really trying to get through October. Then we can kind of get through the end of the year, kind of set our goals and decide what we're going to do. Appreciate you guys for love and support on the channel as always. The biggest races are to come in the next video. We'll have the World's GWS related races across the turf, the dirt, short and long. All the most important races are coming in the next episode to determine what champions we will have at the end of this year. Appreciate you guys for love and support. Until next time, Horse Racing Gamer signing out. Hope you have a great fantastic day. I'll see you later, and goodbye.